It is a real privilege and honor for me to introduce a woman who has a passion for serving veterans and their families. A member of American Legion Auxiliary, Unit 250 in Kansas, she was elected to lead the nation's largest veterans auxiliary. She is eligible through the military service of her father, John M. Brusati, and her grandfather, Edmund S. Lindbergh, both of them World War II veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the National President of the American Legion Auxiliary, Trish Ward.
Thank you, and Commander Jim, it's been amazing. I'm so happy to be here to speak to my American Legion family. You know, when I spoke to the Sons a few days ago, I thought, you know, I better get with this gig here, and I'm gonna write my comments, I'm gonna get prepared. And I started reading those comments, and I decided it just really didn't sound like me, and maybe it's better if I just speak from the heart. So before I deliver my closing comments to the American Legion family here, I must ask for a point of personal privilege. Is David Heredia from Maryland somewhere in the audience? David? Well, I hope he's there somewhere, and I'm just gonna tell you all, I really do not remember the discussion with David going 100 miles an hour on the back of his motorcycle in the fast lane on I-95 with the riders. Now, he said it was only 75, but I was looking at the speedometer when I opened my eyes, which was not very often, and it was pretty much more than 75. So I want to thank David for getting me here safely, but that ride with the American Legion Riders was absolutely one of the highlights of my year as National President. Thank you to the Riders. This really is probably one of the final times that I have an opportunity to speak to the American Legion family here in Tampa Bay. I'm concluding convention in just a couple of doors down, and they're getting started with Constitution and bylaws. So I was thinking maybe I could hang out here for a while. But I want to thank you all for your kindness and graciousness as I traveled this country. I visited all 52 of our American Legion departments. We're 52 with District of Columbia and Puerto Rico, traveled to 6 countries, met so many of our members, and it was absolutely amazing. I spoke to you all about things that are very important to our American Legion family, and I want to conclude my comments with them one more time with the hope that there's a takeaway. I believe in all my heart that the 4 true statements are where our American Legion family should focus as we do our work in our communities. True statement number 1, small town America is struggling. I don't really know why. I mean, maybe the train doesn't go through town anymore, or they sold the paper mill to China or whatever. But when small town America struggles, we struggle. And I mentioned this statistic as I traveled. Over the past 10 years, the American Legion Auxiliary has surrendered the charter of 2,100 little units, 2,100. And I know the Legion does not want to lose their posts, and the Sons don't want to lose their squadrons. And I don't know about your department, but there used to be an American Legion post in every little town in Kansas, and not so much anymore. I don't want to lose any more units. And I have good news and I have bad news, and I'm going to tell you the bad news first. At the NEC meeting on Saturday morning, we surrendered the charter of 99 more American Legion Auxiliary units. But here's the good news. We chartered and rechartered more this year than we did last year, and that's a really good bright spot. So yes, let's keep rechartering our posts, squadrons, and units. True statement number 2, leadership capacity is dwindling, and we need those leaders. You know, when I moved to Kansas from California, think about that for a minute, Los Angeles, California to Lewisburg, Kansas, and yes, whatever you're thinking is correct. And my little unit said, would you be unit president? And I said, of course I will. Because I believe that stepping up into leadership roles is so important for this organization, and we need more leaders, and we need more experienced leaders. And when I had a conversation and a briefing with Brigadier General Adrienne Williams at Ramstein, She reminded me never, ever underestimate the value of the art of leadership, attitude, respect, and trust. And I will take that with me for the rest of my life. Our third true statement is this: membership is aging and churning. Churning is just a big fancy word like inculcate, and all it means is leaving. And we can't lose any of our members. I'm an analyst by trade. Now, well, I retired, so now in about 24 hours, I'm about to be unemployed. So, however, here's some statistics that I know. The American Legion Auxiliary triggered 7,402 members deceased since August 1st of 2024. But we signed up over 51,000 new members and rejoins. So if that math is correct, 51,000 minus 7, we should be about 43,000 members ahead of where we were last year, right? Unfortunately not. So we all know it's that retention bucket, and we're about 2,400 members down from where we were last year at this time. But we got to keep signing those new members up, because I have a secret to tell you all, and you all know what that is. We're a membership organization. Go tell everyone. And please, let's grow this organization bigger, brighter, and better than it's ever been before. I would do anything for the American Legion and the American Legion family, and I want to see us grow. The last true statement is that some of the infrastructure of some of our little posts is weakening. And I've seen people like you do amazing things. If you wouldn't bring your children and grandchildren to the post, then that's a problem, because we were built as a family-friendly organization. And I want to see us stay family-friendly, because I see what we do for our children and our youth at an amazing time at American Legion Baseball. It was so much fun with Commander Jim and Joseph, and we just had a great time. The team, the Americanism team, you do so much. Boys Nation, it was just such an honor to be with those young men and see the work that you do. And I can tell you, the question that I get asked pretty regularly is, are you ready? Of course I'm ready. This was always only a one-year experience, and I never expected anything more. I believe in leadership, and leadership is about getting the next set of leaders ready to go with strength and support. As far as the leading the way administration is concerned, we're going to lead the way and conclude with dignity and grace, and then we're going to get the 25-26 team off and running, and it's going to be awesome. Commander Jim, you are the brother I always wanted and finally got. You and Joseph, I got 2 of them. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to Connecticut, Team LeCourcier, who made me feel so welcome every time I saw him. Thank you, thank you, thank you, American Legion, for electing one of the finest men I've ever known to lead you in this administration. Thank you.